Denise here, welcome back to my channel. So I'm popping on to make another piece for my bookstore. People have liked the video, so I thought I'd come on and do another one for you. So I'm going to do now steps 7 and 8. This is what I've made so far, which is my grandfather clock, and then I've made the books and the book stand. So they're 2 pieces of furniture for my bookstore. So now I'm going to be making some shelves. So I need the B and the C boards. So let me get them out. So this is the C board and this is the B board. Now that's telling me I need B25, which looks like it's this book stand, and it's also telling me the ones in red are just spare parts, so that's nice to know. So this might be a little hard to get out. No, that's not going to do it. Let's do it with my, there we go, better with my fingers I can do it. So that's my B25. So then I need B6. So let me find B6 on this. There we are. So that's B6, which is the book. B19, which is this flower. If I can get it out. There we are. So that's B19. So I've got B25, B19, B6, and then I need a C3. So let's get my C panel. And oops, that there, oh, this all came out previously. So that smaller one is the C3. Let's just pop those back in there, and I'll pop them that back in there, pop that back in there, I'll know they come from the C board. So I've got C, so I need that this way. So then I need to pop the vase in that one. So that's gone all the way down. And then we need to put that shelf in there. This is all very delicate. We make sure that we get it the right way. And make sure it slots all the way in. That's gone all the way in. And then we need to glue our book, or is it a picture? Looks more like a picture frame. Looks more like a picture frame, I think, with the flowers. So I need to glue that on to the base. It all makes it's quite a simple thing. So once you've got all the bits out, oops, so hold that on there. I'm using, crikey, I'm using PVA glue, but I may need a little more time to purchase on there before I take my finger off. may come back. If it doesn't stick, I may put on some double-sided sticky tape. But there we have one shelf done with the picture frame and the vase of flowers. So the next one I need, let me just pop my pin back in my glue. The next one I need is C2, which is a bigger shelf of these. So that's that. I want to keep this in if I can, so that when I come to wanting other C's, I know where they are. So a C2, that's the only C. Now I need to go back to my B board. And as I say, they're brilliant because they're all marked on there. So I need B24, which is this little statue down here. Let's push that out that way. That's that. Don't need that bit. And B26, which is the typewriter. So I've got both of those, pop them back. So again, looking at where the shelf is, I need these prongs at the back. And then I'll take my little statue, and that one goes, oops, prongs at the back. So the statue goes in there. Find that, that's it. If you make it level, if you pop it on there, there's no chance then of the shelf breaking. And then what have I done with there's the typewriter, and then the typewriter, it's just got one leg, and put that in there. Make sure it's flush, which it is. That's flush on there, and that's the other shelf done. So that's two shelves done. Where we got there? That's quite good. So I quite like them. Let's make shelf 9. Let's have a go at doing shelf 9. So I need 5 books. B3, where's my B? So this is my B plate, and I need B23, which is this one. That one there. B8 and B7. So where is B8? Oh, there we are, in the middle of there. So that's, let's take that out. So I need B7 and B8. So B7 and B8, that's just scrap. And then I need 5 books. Now then, I'm wondering, it doesn't say where the books are coming from, but on here on D16 there are some books. Is it them? Even though it doesn't tell me where to take those from, I'm going to take these 5. Well, there's 9 of them altogether. I'm going to take them out of my D plate. And like with all the others, there's some little things on there. So I'm going to go away and file them down, and then I'll come back to you when I've done that. So I've got all the books and shelf and radio filed down, and I need to glue 5 books together to put on the shelves. So I'm going to put a dab of glue onto these, and then just pop them together. There we are. Just level them all up on there. Just let that take purchase for a minute. And then the radio I need to glue together. So I'll just pop some glue on here. And stick that together. Clear the glue from the inside of there. It will dry clear, so that will take purchase. And then I need to glue these 2 books together because these go onto another shelf and those 2 onto another, so we'll leave them to one side. Do that in step 10. So I've got them, and then I need to glue those down onto there. So run a bead of glue along here. As I say, if it doesn't stay glued, I will put some double-sided tape on them. I've got that, and then I need 2 books for here for the radio to sit on. So let's glue them together. Glue the bottom of that. And then sit the radio on top of the books. So that is that one. So that is the radio and the books on the shelf. Have I done? Oh, do you know what I've done? I've realised I haven't done it the right way around. Let's take them off before they glue together. Oh dear. Yeah, those notches need to be at the back. So excited to get going. I forgot about the positioning of my shelf, so let's repeat that process. There we go, the books on there, and the books with the radio. So there we are. I've got them the right way with the notches to the back. So that's the books on there. That's that. So let's get, while that's drying, we'll get the shelf for step 10. So again, I need some B. I need B27, which is the little Look, it's another little plant. And C4. Let's find where C4 is. That is C4. So that's the last of the shelves. So even though that is waste, I'm going to put that back in because I want to keep where C5 is, because this is C5 when I need it. So pop that back in there. So again, I'll just file down that little bit just in case it's hard when I come to put the shelves in. So for step 10, with the notches at the back, I need to put the plant in. So that plant's in. And then I need to get these two books, the last two, glue those down. Who shall I put on the top, Inferno or Hamlet? Let's put Hamlet on the top. I like Hamlet. So we'll glue them down. As I say, this is a very highbrow bookshop because the books have been Othello, Hamlet, Divine Comedy, those that you can read anyway. And so yes, very highbrow bookshop. And then we stick those onto that shelf. So once I've got those glued in, again, I just need to file the front of that. It's just got that notch on, just to take it off. There we are. And once those dried, I think I'll go on to step 11 just to get them all together, and then we've got one more piece of furniture made. So everything's dried now, so let's put the shelving unit together. So I need step 7, step 8, which is the sculpture and the typewriter, step 9, which is the books and the radio, and step 10, which is the plant and the books. So now I need 2 C7s, and let's get my C plate out. So 2 C7s, which are these pieces here. So that's 1. That's 2. Let me pop that back in there. Don't need any more C1s. That's my 2 C7s. I need a C8. Oh, 2 C8s, which are these 2 little ones here. Let's see if I can prise them out with this. There we go. That's 1. And 2. Come on, coming out. Gets harder to get them out as the things, everything loosens off, because all the other ones want to come off as well. And I don't want them off yet until I know when which one I need. I'll pop that back in there, that one in there. So that's my C plate back together. And then I want, so I've got my 2 B7s, my 2 C7s, 2 C8s, and now I want a B9. So let's just get my B plate out of the box. I keep popping everything back in the box so I don't lose anything. So I'm looking for a B9 on my own. There it is. So that's B9. and there's some B13s in there, so we will take that out, keep that back in there, and I put my things in the box. So that's everything I've got for making my bookshelf. So let's have that on there. So I'll start with the sides. So which way do they want to go? So they're that way. So that one must go to the side of somewhere so you can't see it because it's not decorated. So let's start with shelf step 7. So we'll pop, just slot that in there, and then into the next one. So that's them two on there. So as I say, we can see the pattern on there on both sides. Then I want step 8, which is the typewriter and the sculpture, and that goes, slots into them two here. Let me pop that back up. Just get that on again. That slots in there, but they actually slot into those sides there. And that might keep things together. So let's take that out first. That might be the easiest way of doing it. And then slotting them on. That's it. And then step 9 just slots into them at the back. Trying to keep it all together while you're slotting them in is difficult, but just take time. That's it. Hear it click. It's nice when you hear that click. And then step 10, again slotted in at the back, and we've again got that click. So firm all those down that way. So that's what that looks like at the front. But then we have got these to put on. So looking at that, the slots here are at the back, so we just push them in with the pattern on the front. Just lift that book up. I wonder if that's not good. Now, better with my fingers, I think. Oh, that's it. That's gone in that side. And then that's it. That's gone in that side. And then we need the next one. No. So it goes, that's how we need it to look. I was trying to put it in a different way. with the decoration on the front. And again, just press it with this, saves damaging or hurting your fingers. So that's another one that's in, and then it just leaves us with this lovely decorative panel, and this just slots on the bottom here. So there we have the bookshelf. So that's another piece of furniture done. So let's get all the other bits together. So far we have made the grandfather clock, the bookcase, and the shelving unit with all the little bits and pieces on. So I'm very happy with how they are looking. It's going to be amazing when it's all put together in the shop. So I'm loving them. So I'm going to leave it there again. We'll come back and do some other little bits and pieces. We've got the camera and the music stand and the violin to do, and get that shelf done, and then we can start putting, looks like start putting the shop front together, or some shelving units inside the shop. I can't make out what it is as yet, but we'll get going with that. So yeah, I will leave it there. Hope you've enjoyed watching me putting this together again, and you want to see the next stage. Let me know and we'll get on with it. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye for now.